Hi, everyone. You're joining me, MsBelinda, for our Sunday morning devotion, February 12, 2023. And our devotion for today is Every Prayer Counts. And somebody's listening to me, and you need to have heard that today. You need to know that your prayer counts. Yes, no prayers are too small, no prayers are too great for our God to listen to and to answer. To God, every prayer is critical. Every prayer counts. We are not given an account of Ishmael's age when he and his mother Hagar were cast out of Isaac and Sarah's house. Still, we do know that they wandered in the desert, and the lad had grown weak and tired due to the lack of water and bread. He basically was probably dehydrated almost unto the point of death. So his mother took him. She picked him up like a good mother would, and she laid him under some shrubs, not wanting to see her son perish. That makes sense, doesn't it? So the angel of God suddenly appeared unto Hagar, and he told her that God had heard the lad's voice from where she had laid him, from the very spot that she had laid him. God had heard his voice. Now she was crying too, but the angel of the Lord didn't say the Lord has heard your voice. He said the Lord had heard the lad's voice from the very spot where she had laid him under the shrubs. The angel gave her instructions, and upon obeying God's instructions, she returned to the very place where he was lying. And she picked up her son. She picked up that lad. And then God opened Hagar's eyes, and she saw a well of water. Yes, and she took her bottle. She filled that bottle with water, and then she gave the lad water to drink. Now, whether it was his words, or even if it was just his small whimper, a cry of prayer of help that he prayed, that he said out of his little mouth, God heard this small lad who had been cast out to die in the desert, and he saved Ishmael, and he made him a great nation. Yeah, just a small prayer, a small lad. God doesn't have a problem, y'all, today. God does not have a problem with our small beginnings. We have the problem with the small beginnings, but God doesn't have a problem with our small beginnings. He is the one who has decided to make it such that we would have what a little or small beginning so that we would come to him for prayer, for guidance, for every step of the way, starting out small. No, nobody just gave you $100,000 to start your company. You're scrimping and scraping and barely getting by. But he does not want us to despise small beginnings. So whether you begin in the desert with just the clothes on your back, or you just got a handful of change in your pocket, just hold on. He told Zerubbabel the same thing. He told him, he said, do not despise. In other words, don't be ashamed of your small beginnings. So what? You don't have an office. You don't have all the equipment that everybody else has. He says, don't despise those small beginnings. The day that it starts of having little. He says the same thing to you and to me today. So God's eyes, I want to encourage you, God's eyes are upon you, and his ears are open unto your prayers, whether they're little or they're great. So make your small and great prayer requests known unto the Lord today, who hears and answers prayer, because every prayer counts. Look at Genesis chapter 21, verses 17 and 18. And God heard the voice of the lad, and the angel of God called to Hagar out of heaven and said unto her, what aileth thee, Hagar? Fear not, for God hath heard the voice of the lad where he is. Arise, lift up the lad, and hold him in thine hand, for I will make him a great nation. And Zechariah chapter 4, verses 10. For who hath despised the day of small things? For they shall rejoice and shall see the plummet in the hand of Zerubbabel. With those seven, those seven, what are they? They are the eyes of the Lord, which run to and fro through the whole earth. And when his eyes are running to and fro throughout the whole earth, what is he doing? He's looking at you and he's looking at me. And he is listening to our prayers and he's going to answer your prayers. So be encouraged today and be confident. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. In all of your ways, acknowledge God, and he shall direct your path. He is going to bring it to pass. God bless you. Have a wonderful Sabbath. God bless y'all. Bye-bye.